Hi everyone. Good morning. I hope you can hear me and see me. Let me figure it out.
I've always done my research.
Yep. Hi everyone. Wait. I just realized it's a little chaotic here. But hi everyone. Good morning. Uh, how's everyone doing? Uh, it's so nice to see all of you. Hi Devil. Devil is here. Hi Devil. Hi Ayushi. I'm so nervous right now. I did not think I'd be nervous, but I am. Hi Shreya. Hi Krishna. There's so many of us joining in the morning. It's a surprise, but that's nice. That's great. I'm quickly going to adjust my screens because I think I'm streaming after a really, really long time. And I've forgotten what my setup used to be like when I used to be streaming. But I think we're here. Mm, Yep. Hi, everyone. Good morning. So it's so nice to see all of you. How's your Saturday morning going? I know a lot of people used to complain about 7 a.m. being a little too early, but I just tried streaming at 8 now for a change. And yeah. Hi, Abhishek. Thank you guys. Uh, where have I been? I think I've just had some personal commitments I had to take care of. Um, but I've resolved them now and I'm just uh, back for good. 8 on a Saturday isn't bad, yes. Peasant. Thank you so much. My skin, I know, right? I was so happy because I sat down to like obviously stream today, and there's no ring light here. There's just some natural light coming through the window. I think it's because of that, yeah. But also, I think I've been taking care of my skin a little too much, and I've been eating a lot of healthy food. So my skin has actually kind of started looking better and also feeling better. Mm. Also, this is coconut water. So don't get any ideas, guys. Hi, Yash. Good morning. The Lucknow trip was amazing. Thank you, Divakar. Am I following England versus Australia? No, no, not really, Krishna. Hi, Shagun. Thank you so much. I'm so glad so many of you are here. Before we get started, guys, please like the stream. So, I mean, you know the drill. But I'll anyway remind you because it's been a little while. But do like the stream. The more you like the stream, the more it gets recommended to people. And there'll be a lot of us. Was that? Am I reading the ABM? No, they will. But wait, before I'll. So this month's book, and I'm very late for it because I was caught up in a few things. But I've ordered it yesterday. It's called Lessons in Chemistry, and it has been picked up by none other than our best godfather when it comes to reading and finishing assignments, Devil. She was the underliner last year. So, underliner is a concept that we have in the book club. The person who reads all the ABM books, and they will got additional extra points because she reads most of the books that are recommended in the book club. So, she was the underliner of the year. And if you'd like to become the underliner, pick up all the books that we have in ABAM and also become a part of the book club so that if you want additional brownie points, if you want brownie points, that's additional, become additional points. But if you want brownie points, um, do become a part of it. I was reading, so this month's book is Lessons in Chemistry. And I think it's an amazing book. I saw the video they will had made for the channel, and I read up a few things about lessons in chemistry, and it is really, really nice. Um, how many of you, I mean, okay, I won't put that pressure. I've just come back. So, but anyway, did I watch any movie lately? No, Rahul, I haven't been watching. I haven't been reading a lot lately. I haven't been watching a lot of stuff. I've been watching Modern Family. It's just a light-hearted comedy. I mean, I just feel every time I sit down for an episode, I just get parented in a few ways that I really, really like. What have I been up to apart from that? I've been growing a lot of, thank you, Shagun. It's actually by, it's a, It's a lip tint by, I don't know what company it is. It's by Earth Rhythm. I think it's a nice dupe for. I just got logged out. So if anybody's watching this, please don't stream. But it's by Earth Rhythm. I think it's a nice dupe of Benefits cheek tint. I've tried both and it looks, I mean, it feels a lot like that. I got this because it was au natural, and I thought it, because I've been trying to cut off makeup completely from my lifestyle. So I thought this will be nice to start with. Oh my God, where have we reached? Anyway, I've been, mm, yeah, so I've been growing a lot of plants. I've started growing tomatoes, which I started doing last year also, but I failed miserably because there comes a point where they need support, uh, and I do not know how to offer that support. But that's that. But I've also started going watermelon. It's just sitting right here. Wait, I'll show it to you guys. So this is the watermelon plant. It's just started growing, and it's reached here. And I don't know if any watermelon will eventually come out of it, but it's just really, really nice. Satish Bravo actually had a mishap um, last week. Like, it was just, I would water it, it would still like not be in good shape. I would put it out to dry, it wouldn't feel good. And then eventually I just put it where in the kitchen, and now it's doing better, but it's shed a lot of its hair. Old age is hitting him hard. But yeah, I will read something at this point, yes. But before I get here, also before I forget, there's this really nice initiative that Miss Anupama Chopra has started. Um, and I wanted to talk to you about, because we are a community of people who appreciate films and books. And this is actually for all of you who write. So the initiative is called Film Inc. And if you want, there is the link to the website in the description. If you like to write, especially about films, and you would love this because you get a chance to become a published author. They're going to actually, Ms. Anupama Chopra is actually going to, we are filming, going to fund the books and the publishing for two writers. And there is a proper jury set up for this. So if you're somebody who loves to write about cinema, do check it out. And the link for it is in the description below. And I think it's an amazing, amazing thing uh, just to do. Two writers will be picked up and you will get a chance to get published. And that's really, really amazing. And that's that. And also before we move on to the next part, gentle reminder, do pick up the book for the month, which is Lessons in Chemistry, and it has been picked by Devil, who is our esteemed godfather. Which reminds me of, I mean, my thoughts are racing everywhere. Like, there are so many things in the mind, and I just say something and then I'm like, oh, I also have to say this. um, by the way, if you're a godfather, you would know. But if you're not a godfather, consider becoming one, because we've just started a Godfather's Cafe at Chalchitra Talks. Like, we've there's this particular link that you can access at any time from anywhere in the world. If you're feeling lonely, or if you're just in a chatty mode, if you just want to catch up with the community. And I'm planning to join it because it just sounds really nice, because no matter where you are, sometimes, most of the times, there's somebody who has logged into the Godfather's Cafe. So you can you can join the link, and you will find somebody there, kind of like your Chalchitra Omegle. But the thing is, you also know them through WhatsApp groups. So it's pretty safe that way. Um, Thank you, Prem. That's so nice. Garima, love this timing for the stream this afternoon here in Auckland. Good to see you back. Hey, thank you, Garima. I didn't know Auckland was ahead of us. Oh God. I need to brush up my geography. Hi, Nandan. Thank you so much. Uh, so one of the few things that I picked up, so on my birthday, I received some amazing gifts, of course. But one of them was this journal, which was gifted to me by this really, really nice um, person that I know. And well, her name is Charu, and she got me this journal, and I kind of it's really nice, clean and everything. And I started writing whatever quotes I come across that are really, really nice. I have an archive in my laptop for I take the screenshots of things. I just got distracted. There was someone at the there was something on the window, but so I have an archive on my system as well, where I take screenshots of things that I like and would like to visit, like poetry, quotes, etc., etc. But I made this journal as well, and now I've not been very regular with it because I haven't been reading or watching anything. But at this point, I was reading How Proust Can Change Your Life, which was recommended to me by Vaibhav. Um, and there are a few things that I've written here. But one of the quotes, for example, is the the job of art was to give the mundane its beautiful due. So that's nice. I also have a list of books that I want to recommend to you today. These are just the books that I've spoken about at length on the channel anyway, but I'll do that again. And there are a couple of new books, um, because I just think I've not been going back to a lot of new books, but there are some old books that I've rediscovered and how. Uh, that's that. Oh, and how have you guys been? It's just I've been speaking so much at length. I forgot to read the comments. Uh, which series are you work? I haven't. I want to. Hi Devesh. I want to start watching Ted Lasso. I just haven't started watching it yet because I'm watching Modern Family and it's a lot of seasons. I never thought I'd come into a to Succession broke my like it did not break my heart. I was very happy with the finale. But like after Succession, I'm very slow with watching stuff, and you'd know it because I was very happy with Succession coming out every Monday. I would sit down and start watching Succession every Monday morning, and I'd finish it by Friday evening of sorts before the race. Um, and well, it would keep me occupied the entire week. When it ended, I did not have anything good to do. So I started watching Modern Family. And initially, I thought I'm just doing it because there are some funny memes that go around, but it's just one of those shows that really, really stays with you because it's really nice and becomes your happy space. And my recent hit with Modern Family, not my recent hit, but like my chance encounter with Modern Family has made me realize how much I was missing a show like that in my life. But yeah, I love Fleabag, Ganga, and also in case you missed it, Hindol and I actually have a video on that where both of us talk about Fleabag because I arrived pretty much very late to the party when the party had almost left. Uh, but yeah, that's one. Love this. Okay, sorry. Just keep track of the comments. Hey, thank you, Hitesh. Um, Invoker Nub, Subh Prabhat. I think it's Shubh Prabhat. No, Suprabhat. I don't know. We are confused. Hi, Sammy. Thank you so much. Yeah, I really needed some recommendations right now. Wow. Wow. Is Almond good? Because I'm hoping to pick it up. Once I finish reading all the books that I'm yet to finish, I just feel so guilty anytime I buy a new book. Manny is my favorite Modern Family guy. Oh wow, yes, yes, yes. I like I like Manny, but my favorite is Phil. Like I've realized like I'm old enough now, so uh, you grow up wanting to marry Mr. Darcy because you read and you come across these characters that you want to marry, like Philip from uh, whatever. Anyway, but then you realize and you watch Modern Family and you realize, oh no, it's not Mr. Darcy, it's Phil we want. This Phil is the absolute father and absolutely beautiful husband. And it's just, it should be one of those characters you have to study whenever you sit down for the school of husbandship, um, if you prepare for that. But yes, do I watch anime? I sometimes on and off, but not on and off. Yes. Am I? Prachi, hi. Where do we begin? Yeah, let's just hope they do well this weekend. Somebody mentioned. So I've been using this spoon as a um, bookmark. And yes, somebody mentioned, Ganga mentioned Before Sunrise and Before Sunset. I just started rereading it yesterday. Oh, mhm. I get distracted. I get so distracted. Anyway, so that's that. So yes, Before Sunrise, Before Sunset. That's one thing that I've started reading. I've start. I've I'm revisiting these days. Uh, and wow, I haven't underlined anything because I'm just too afraid of ruining this. But yes, Arnold is pretty good actually. Give human emotions. I'll pick this up soon then. Also, what have you guys been up to? Are you guys reading anything nice, interesting, or watching anything fun? Please let me know in the comments, and we'll just address that for a while because I think even I am in a dire need of recommendations. Uh, Recommendations say we have a couple of new creators on the channel. I hope you've watched her videos because she's pretty amazing, Kritika. Um, she's a new creator on Kitaabi Cabins and the books that she's been recommended. I think like it, they're just nice. And the way she speaks, she has such calmness to her voice. And um, it's not just calmness, but also sincerity that she brings on the table. And I think you would, if you haven't watched her already, please do. She's doing an amazing job of recommending you books. And I think everyone will just, uh, she's amazing. We should have her on the stream sometime. And also, I hope everyone is receiving the newsletters. We have another creator there. Her name is Anushka, and she's the sweetest person in the whole world. If you meet her, you'll just be awed by her simplicity and gentleness. But Anushka has been sending out regular emails. And if you have missed those emails, please check them out in your inbox. Or you can also sign up for the newsletter in the description box below. Description box में एक और link होगा, which is about filming. Just for all of you writers who love cinema, check this out. Only Murders in the Building. Oh, Shagun, I've been meaning to start it. There are so many things that I've been meaning to start. Oh God, just the rate at which we've been putting out content is amazing, but my lazy person is just too slow, always late to the party. Also, Yash had commented about Manny. Yash is also an editor, and recently the light is gone, so you might see some change in my skin, whatever. But yes, Yash recently edited one of the videos for our Instagram and YouTube, which kind of has become a lot of people are relating to it. I gave the audio for it. Yash did all the rest of the work from editing to like figuring out what the uh, pace would be, and it's amazing. It's called Apologies for My Appearance, I think, uh, something like that. And I don't know if you've seen it, but I kind of hated my voice in that audio. But the way it's turned out, and so many of you are liking it, of course, the edit was amazing. Yash was the one behind it. And a lot of you have been sharing it with so much love that it's slightly overwhelming because I was surprised to see somebody showed it to me yesterday, and I was surprised to see how people have been making reels with that audio as well. And I was like, good job. But yes, that too. Hey Vaishnavi, yes, there's a meetup that's happening today in Bombay. For all of you who do not know, it's at 2 p.m. The Habitat. I wish I was there as well, but perhaps next time. Yes. Uh, it's at 2 p.m. The Habitat. And if you guys are in Bombay and if you're just free up some time and go see this Vaibhav, Hindol will be there. Vaibhav is of course going to be there. Disha is going to be there, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So also, if you'd want to join it, you can write to Saurabh at the rate shalshutratalks.com because I think there are some other details as well. So he'll fill you in. So yes, was that the one with Piku? Ah, yes, Nandu, it was the one with Piku. And it's just been I'm overwhelmed with the amount of love we've been receiving. But it's really nice to know that all of you liked it. And I think we'll make it a regular thing then. We'll be showing up with a lot of good poetry, good quotes, and share it with you. And I think a lot of us credit books, etc. But I think some of the best poems in my life, I've come across them on Instagram and the internet and Tumblr and Reddit. So yeah. And what have you guys been? Is nobody reading anything? Uh, it's a shame. At least pick up letter lessons in chemistry, guys. I mean, I know I just am back and I do not want to pressurize you with all the homework, but I found it in a lot of it. See, I mean, you can still share it. We don't mind. There's a new edit, which is again, it features Shah Rukh Khan from Rab Ne Bana Di Jodi. And I found this random quote once on Instagram, and it was really, really nice. And we've just been, um, no piece will be original in the sense to what I read, because I write shitty poetry, which is filled with teenage angst. But I will be sharing a lot of good poetry. Pathik has been doing the same thing, so check out his works as well. There are some really nice and Hindi poetry. Anyway, coming to the next book. Okay, this is not the book that I wanted to talk about, but it's The Whale Suite. So beautiful shout out. It's almost everywhere uh, that I go. This was the book that I wanted to talk about. We've read The School of Life. I'll come to it later. And I was reading How Proust Can Change Your Life. Oh wait, is my audio even set to? Oh, give me one. Can you guys hear me well? Wait, I need to do something. Mm. Oh no, it's nice. We're good. We're good. We're good. But yeah. Okay. So this is the one that's How Proust Can Change Your Life, and Vaibhav recommended it to me because he found it in a bookstore in um, Delhi. I'm so glad, Vaishnavi. I mean, it's so nice. But I wanted to. So I've been very slow with my reading, so I've just finished half of it. But I'll just read out the bookmarked points. And oh, by the way, I don't have them here because just before the stream, I was afraid I'll throw them around, but I put them in the cabinet there. Vaibhav gifted me these amazing highlighters on my birthday, and as a rule, I don't use highlighters or anything that's. I only use pencils in my books, but the highlighters were so tempting. I think for the first time in my life, not the first time, but ever since I've grown up. I'm not a grown. I don't want to be a grown up. CC, the Little Prince, but ever since I've started certain rules for my book reading and stuff. Pencils are the only things that I use, but because the markers were so good, and I hope Weber was listening. But for like at least the non-fiction, I've started using highlighters. But yes, I just wanted to read. If you guys haven't started reading How Proust Can Change Your Life, let me give you a brief. It's by Alan Leibowton. I don't know how to pronounce his name for the life of me. Like, I don't know how to pronounce millions of the things. But it's divided into 9 parts and has the most simplest things that you think of, like how to love life today, how to read for yourself, how to take out time, how to put down a book, and so on, how to be a good friend, how to be happy in love. So there are 9 different chapters, and you'll be surprised by how much Proust can actually teach you. And that made me realize how much a lot of authors can teach you about all these things. You just need to look. Anyway, I will read out some highlighted parts for you. Uh, is this one that I really liked? I think that life would suddenly seem wonderful to us if we were threatened to die. Just think of how many projects, travels, love affairs, studies uh, our life hides from us, made invisible by our laziness, which certain of a future delays them incessantly. But let all this threaten to become impossible forever. How beautiful it would become again. And if only the cataclysm doesn't happen this time. We won't miss visiting the new galleries of the lower, lower. I should do something about my pronunciation. Throwing ourselves at the feet of Miss X, making a trip to India. We find ourselves back in the heart of a normal life where negligence deadens desire, and yet we shouldn't have needed the cataclysm to love life today. It would have been enough to think that we are humans and that death may come this evening. So, awful reading of this book, but this is like how I've started highlighting. So I'm using both two highlighters for it. One is gentle orange and one is an aqua blue. The gentle ones are the ones where I think I'll eventually write them down in the beautiful diary I showed you a while ago. And the blue one is just reading. I like this also, like feeling suddenly attached to life when we realize the imminence of death suggests that it was perhaps not life itself, which we had lost the taste for so long as there was no end in sight, but a quotidian version of it, that our dissatisfactions were more the result of a certain way of living than of anything irrevocably morose about human experience. But yes, and also it's also like there are times where we struggle with reading extremely long books. And there's this quote somewhere in the book where he talks about how we can pick up reading all those long books we don't like how we sometimes come across this passage which could have easily been a short sentence of 10 words, but here it is, this description of this house in our bedroom in 2 pages. But that's the thing about writing. You can define, you can let your imagination run wild with whatever it is here. Like it's an aqua blue, but what exactly is the transparency of this aqua blue or whatever? Anyway, that was another work that I wanted to talk about. Oh, this also reminds me, recently there was this Vaibhav hosted a round table for Netflix. So there are quite a few things that are going to be up and coming on the channel, Chalchitra Talks, and all of you guys should probably watch it. Of course you will, but I'm just giving you heads up what is in wraps. There's also this interview with Kunal Khemu that's coming up. Shreya, I do not know how to, I'm sorry, Shreya Pilgaonkar. And there are these couple of amazing interviews and schedules that are in making to be out in Chalchitra. Hi, the nerdy one. I finished reading In Praise of Good Bookstores. Oh my god, is it good? This sounds such an intriguing book. In Praise of Good Bookstores. Wrong. Are there only 2 people who are reading books? Like, guys, what's up? Also, another book that I wanted to talk about is this one, The Architecture of Happiness. This is my brother's book. I mean, I dare not call it mine. And there is this orange page here. Oh, wow. He highlights in the most beautiful manner. Like these are black and white pages. And then there is this orange highlighted page, and you can barely see this note as well. I just messaged my sibling in the morning because I've been reading this book. I've not been reading it as much as I've been reading the parts my sibling has underlined. And I texted him this morning telling him like, oh, you should never quit reading and just keep on underlining, keep on reading. Do you have any idea how smart you look when I read the underlined parts? And he hasn't responded to me, but he's left me on read, sorry. But yes, there's this book, The Architecture of Happiness. It's basically, again, another Ellen de Botton. He's the one who introduced me to the reading version. Like all of us have to thank him for how much we recommend Ellen de Botton, because had it not been for his copy of School of Life, I would have never read it, and then Weber wouldn't have read it, and we wouldn't have discovered a whole new world of Ellen de Botton. Then came how Proust can change your life, and then of course it started with the architecture of happiness, though. So it's Ellen de Botton explores our most uh, our love for housing. So okay, it's here. He explores most intense but often hidden love affairs with a house and their furnishings, and he talks about how what makes a house truly beautiful. What are the furnishings that you actually like, and why do we argue so much about furnishings like sofas, bed sheets, and so on? And is there a specific taste, and can we just settle for one particular thing? But no, not really. And I want to read this particular line, which the architect and design. There is so much. Okay, there's this one which talked about how I can't find it now, but it's about how belief in the significance of architecture is premised on the notion that we are, for better or for worse, different people in different places, and on the conviction that it is the architecture's task to render vivid to us who we might ideally be. We may find ourselves arguing that ultimately it doesn't much matter what buildings look like, what is on the ceiling, or how the wall is treated. Professions of detachment that stem not so much from an insensitivity to beauty as from a desire to deflect the sadness we would face if we left ourselves open to all of beauty's many absences. So, quite recently, there was this article that I was not recently, a couple of months ago, I was reading this article about how the architecture of uh, a democracy is starkly different from the one that's perhaps a dictatorship, etc., etc. Which was fine, and I realized how perhaps, and actually, very in Chandigarh also there were these articles doing around how the architecture of Chandigarh is primarily the one of the Nazi era. And I don't know, I'm forgetting the exact word for it. Good old brain. But it was doing these rounds, and I was just intrigued by it. Until recently, um, there was this sort of, it wasn't in the museum. If in case you are from Chandigarh and around, there's this museum in Sector 10, and there was this sort of gallery that was put up, display of pictures. I think it was the French ambassador that had put up these photographs that he's clicked over the years of beautiful buildings that do not have anything but cement. And it was how cement can, define. I'll be putting it out. I clicked a few photographs there, but I'll be posting them on Instagram. But it was how cement can be such a defining piece for architecture. It brings out certain things and shadows that you never witnessed. And there are just so many faces that, so basically, bottom line is everything everywhere has a motive and a meaning. And as long as whatever you go for defines your outlook and your motivation, it's all good. Whether it's just a cemented building with no paint, etc., etc. Hey Naveen, how are you? Hi, Zaki. Zaki is in the comments. I don't know if he stayed in the comments, but Zaki is here. Have I read The Name of Rose by Ambod? Okay, yes. Hi, Nandu. I started reading it as a child. I don't think I got through, but it's one of the. I read it when I was not a child. I read it, I think, just before college. When I read it then, I just felt really nice because it felt like I don't even remember what exactly happens there, but it was I enjoyed it. When I sat down to it to reading it a couple of weeks ago, I couldn't sit through it. I'm sorry. It's just because my attention span has shortened. But I think if you like reading, you would love it. If you have the taste for classics, you would really, really appreciate it. If you haven't practiced your classic reading in a really long time, I think you should just get back to it post a few. Um, recommendations, post some reading. Have you read some manga? I've read a couple of mangas. Yes, they're very expensive. Yes. Hi, Saurabh. I like streaming in the morning. My energy is here. By the time this evening, I just reach here. But for those of you who are in Bombay, there's a meetup that's happening today. And if you'd like to be a part of it, please write an email to saurabh@chalchitratalks.com and he'll share the details with you. The next book that I want to talk about, we've been talking about a lot of books. Has nobody been reading? Because I think there are only 3 books that have come up in the chats. It's a shame, guys. This channel is called Kitaabi Cabins. Uh, but anyway, also the book for the month, Lessons in Chemistry. I just um, ordered my copy. I'm a little late, but yeah, definitely Nodi. One you can recommend me manga. How many? How is there a plural? But yes, you can recommend me all the books that you want to, and I'll try reading it. Shresht is here. Shresht is my really, really good friend. He's very nice. Also, like recently, I've started drinking everything in this glass. It just makes me feel like a lady. But yes, from ruafza to water to everything. So there's this book that I want to talk about. I I think in the past few weeks, just I've read this book a lot, The Hidden Life of Trees. What they feed, how they communicate, different discoveries from a secret world. What's wrong with my pronunciation? Hi, Umesh. How are you? Thank you for showing up. This is so nice of you. Guys, do you like the stream? And I hope everyone is doing well as well. Hi, Ritik. Thank you. Oh, wow. This is the first time I'm seeing the spelling of Ritik. I used to think it's always HR, or maybe it's just Ritik Roshan. Not that I know any Ritiks personally. Another fella. Oh, that's a good name. I was like, oh, what book is this? Death of Evan Knowledge? Reading novellas is novellas. Nice. Prem Shankar, you've been away and seems like everyone's gone into reading slums. Or you needed the school teacher, no? Didn't you guys? Ishwarya is here. Hi, Ishwarya. Good morning. Fun fact. I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but recently I realized this a while ago. I don't know why I always keep on saying recently. My recently could be anything. It could be 3 years ago. It could be 4 years ago. As long as it's post college. I've realized there are 3 eras that I'm living in, like Taylor Swift. One is the era of childhood, which is up till school, like 12th class. And then there is the era of college. And then there is recently, which is anytime post 2018. I realized this a couple of weeks ago, that next year it would have been almost 6 years since college and 10 years since I started studying in a college. And oh my god, I'm getting old. But my heart is young, and I'm trying my skin stays. I'm trying that my skin stays young as well. And I've been drinking a lot of coconut water because I think it's healthy. But yeah, it's expensive. It's not expensive, but it's healthy. But it's like, you're like, oh, this much amount of it for like what, $100. But then I've also turned to, but sometimes it's not really well cooked. So I've turned to raw pressery and their coconut water because I really like it. I know, please don't tell, but there are no added sugars, so that's nice. But the total sugars are still 8.8 grams. They also add some sodium. I've been trying to cut off my salt intake, but whatever. Recent is equal to post pandemic. Nice. Oh, but yeah, recently, which means pre pandemic in 2019, I realized guys can also be, no, I knew guys can be named Ishwarya as well, and Shaurya. There is There are female shauryas and there are male shauryas. But the difference is in the pronunciation. With men, you don't really take the A sound at the end. You just end it at the Y. Like a female is shaurya or Ashwarya. A male will be Ashwarya, shaurya. I was like, oh, wow. Didn't know that now. I mean, I didn't know that. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Nandan, what 100? Yeah, some sell 60 to 100 would be a good assumption. There was also this one person who sold me the coconut like for 20 rupees. I was like so excited. But the next day when I went there, it was not good to taste. So I don't know what. Well, and then I found this vendor who used to sell for 40 bucks. Um, but not so good in taste. Then I found a seller for 100 bucks and I really was craving some coconut water. And it actually tasted really well. So now, like not the healthy, the unhealthy range for coconut water is 60 to 100 rupees in my neighborhood. And drop recipe costs you 60 rupees. So, um, hi, Kush, how are you? I hope you're doing fine. Oh, wow. Those are a lot of mangas. I'm just going to click a quick screenshot, the nerdy one. Oh, shit. It just moved up. Good. I should be grateful I get. How do you get it for free, Nandu? And I've been trying to grow so many things in my house. Recently, I was home for quite some time, and I tried growing with my grandmother radishes, and I also kind of plucked phindi. God. And then I came back here and I realized, oh, I missed the kitchen garden we had at home. So I am trying to convert one of my balconies into a full-blown kitchen garden, but we have so many pigeons that side. So I have two balconies in this house. One is like right ahead, and one is over there somewhere. And the thing is that the sun rises in that direction, so it's really nice and amazing. But because of the scorching heat, I can't plant anything here because I talk about plants like they're my kids. Anyway, cut to the what of him? Sorry, cut to that balcony. It's amazing. Sorry. Yes, some things never change about an individual, like my grace. But the balcony over there, I think it's the ideal balcony for growing anything. But there are so many pigeons that sit there and they just keep on shitting on absolutely every plant. And their poop is not really healthy. So it really dries out the plants. And it's just such a nuisance trying to clean it up. And I live alone, so I don't really know how to deal with them. I thought for a while I'll put up this green sheet that people have, but then I can't sleep well when I don't have proper sunlight in my room. Like it's a problem. But that's that. Mm. But anyway, I moved the watermelon plant here. I've stopped naming my plants because every time they die, it just breaks my heart. I also got two fishes recently. They died one after another in the span of, I kid you not, 4 days. And I did not know what to do. I think I guilt tripped a lot, but even more, there was so much grief that came with it that I've realized loneliness is nice. And so is staying alone. But of course, that's not a healthy mechanism. That's not how you deal with life. But yeah. But then I also have this curry patta plant in my kitchen, which is doing really well. Touch wood. I'm not really a superstitious person, except for the touching of wood, which I don't know. I just think I've picked it up. Because initially I picked it up because it was just a funny thing to do. Now I just go like, touch wood. But then it's also I'm very picky about the things that I really want to go touching wood for, like skin and things that are genuinely going well. And I don't want to risk the existence of God. Like, I don't know if God exists, but if he does, he better not get angry and give me acne. Sorry, very superficial. But I should be free in the sense that I don't have to pay for it. Do you live somewhere in the south, Nandu? Oh my God, this is so cool. You know what? Everything that I've become very health conscious lately. And I've been trying to grow every possible thing that I can: chilies, tomatoes, brinjals, bhindi, cucumber, watermelon, uh, what else? Dhania, pudina. Oh my god, the list is endless. But and I really like dhania. It's so low maintenance. All you need to do is like just keep on feeding it water. It doesn't care how much water, you just need to give it water. My type of plant. But anyway, coming to what I was going to talk about: The Hidden Life of Trees, What They Feel and How They Communicate. It's a book about trees and how they communicate, and how they also have this in, intriguing GPS of sorts, but how they live their life. And one of the things that really stayed with me and I'd like to share with you is, it just let me just and this book is divided into a lot of things like friendships, language of trees, how they meet each other socially, love, tree lottery, etc., etc. So I want to talk about this chapter called the tree lottery. It's really nice, and there are so many things that you can learn from trees and plants in general. And I don't know, something what really one of the reasons why I have had such a I've not become a calm individual, but one of the things, I've started appreciating nature more over the past few weeks. And there's this chapter in this book called The Tree Lottery, which is like this. The first few lines are like this: Trees maintain an inner balance. And I'm reading this out because I don't want to give you any names. I'm coming to the point. I just want to read it out to you so that you can kind of, if you want and if you relate, you can pick up a few things from here. Um, it goes, oh, hi, Sunny, how are you? Trees maintain an inner balance. They budget their strength carefully, and they must be economical with energy so that they can meet all their needs. They expend some energy growing, and they must lengthen their branches and widen the diameter of the trunks to support their increasing weight. They also hold some energy in reserve so that they can react immediately and activate defensive compounds in their leaves and bark if insects or fungi attack. Finally, there is the question of propagation. Species that blossom every year for this Herculean task by carefully calibrating their energy levels. However, species that blossom only every 3 to 5 years, such as beeches or oaks, are thrown off kilter by such events. Most of their energy has already been earmarked for other tasks, but they need to produce such enormous numbers of beech nuts and acorns that everything else must now take second place. The battle for the branches began. There's not a speck of space for the blossoms or a corresponding number of leaves, so a corresponding number of leaves must vacate their spots. In the years when the leaves shrivel and fall off, the trees look unusually bare. So it's no surprise that reports on the condition of forests where the affected trees are growing describe the tree canopy as being in a pitiful state. Because all the trees are going through this process at the same time, to a casual observer, the forest will look sick. The forest is not sick, but it is vulnerable. The trees use the last of their energy reserves to produce the mass of blossoms, and to compound the problem, they are left with fewer leaves, so they produce less sugar than they normally do. Furthermore, most of the sugar they do produce is converted into oil and fat in the seeds, so there is hardly any left over for the tree's daily needs and winter stores, to say nothing of the energy reserves intended to defend against sickness. And many of the insects now have been waiting for just this moment. So healthy trees get over this, especially because afterwards there will be a number of years for them to recover. However, if a beech tree is already sickly before the attack, then such an infestation can sound its death name. Even if the tree knew this, it would not produce fewer blossoms, and so on. But I really like this part because you have to conserve your energy. And this book has taught me so much about life than most of the other books that I read. And it's called The Hidden Life of Trees. I also see a message there. What are your favorite childhood books? Um, I used to visit this book. We used to have this library in the school when I was growing up. And my favorite book to read was my mother got me all these when I was young. My mother got me these books where I had to identify. So there would be texts, and so for example, there's this, and in between the sentence they would leave out some space post a word because you would have to find that picture of that word and then associate the two and put that sticker on the in the blank gap. And I, for the first 1 week, I think it was the Sleeping Beauty, and my mother got this for me. So Barbie is coming out now. I hate Barbie dolls. I hated Barbie dolls while growing up. I just, for some reason, and I know why, but a lot of people would get Barbie dolls for me every time they'd visit the house. And I just couldn't understand why. I would hate the dolls. But like now, as I grow older, I really appreciate those gifts. Just kidding. But so there was this book called Sleeping Beauty, and you had to put the stickers in the book. And for the first few weeks, my mother just tried her best to agree me to put those stickers in the books because I just did not want to ruin the last few pages because they started looking very ugly. Whatever. Those were the books I started with. And cut to, I think my happiest memories are reading this series by Ron Roy called A to Z Mystery books. There were 26 books in the pack. We had those in the library. And I've been trying to, come back to the question, Krishna, but I've been trying to come, what was I saying? What was it? Yeah, I've been trying to find those books, but I'm not able to. It's just such a sad sight for me because I want those in my library and I want to go back and read those books because they were about this group of kids, 4 kids, and those were the books that taught me the word sneakers. And I wanted sneakers as in the shoes, it's not Snickers. Wow. And then field classes and stuff. And I was this uh, American dictionary was my dictionary anyway. But yeah, I kind of missed reading those books. Um, how many, hi Krishna, oh Vaani, how many times have you colored your hair? Okay. Do you want like the recent tryst with coloring of hair or like lifetime coloring of hair? Hoping to get a graphic novel is AB. Dilji, thank you so much for requesting the graphic novel. Am I a dictator anymore? No, not really. I've figured out there are better things in life than being a dictator. And let's just identify somebody who loves graphic novels. But if they, oh, so yeah, sure. Next month we can pick up a graphic novel. Cool. What's next month? June? Oh, we're in June already. It's July next month. But do read Flowers for Algernon. Thank you so much. Could you tell me, Pooja, what's it about? Recent time, post-pandemic. Okay, no, post-college. So, there was this time I used to have black, shiny, straight hair. I've ruined my hair for good. Don't go coloring. Don't go bleaching your hair, I would say. It just ruins the hair. Color your hair. There are a lot of hair colors that would still come out. Like for me, I have like jet black, not jet black. Now they're a little faded because I'm getting older. But for those of you who have black hair, getting a color on your hair is the most difficult task unless and until you bleach it. And always, I did try coloring my hair at home. Never color your hair at home. Always go seek professional help. Unless and until your friends are wizards and witches. In that, not wizards, that came out wrong, but unless and until they know their hair. Like my dermatologist, kid you not, is a friend. I also have a dermatologist, but I also have a friend who's amazing at skincare, probably knows more than my dermatologist, but doesn't have a degree. So, but the thing about hair is, this started out as a book stream, but I'll just take 2 minutes. 5 minutes maybe. So it started out because I was in college. Everyone was coloring their hair, highlighting their hair, and I wanted highlights so bad. So my friend and I were doing a sleepover at her Nanima's place, and we bought this hair color from Be Blunt because I wanted some brown caramelish thingy, and we had no concept of bleach. I was pretty young, and I'm just learning. I mean, my knowledge of hair color, a lot of things, is that of a 7-year-old. But we colored my hair, and nothing showed. But like when I would really walk out in the sun, you would see some strands were like a little cool, and it would look good, honestly. Cut to, yeah, they would look good actually. Yeah, they would look good. Um, and then my hair turned like somewhat brown, which I really, really liked. But then they started growing out again, so they became black. Anyway, and then I just wanted to get them red, so I went to this L'Oreal place, and I was like, "Can you just dye my hair red? I don't want to bleach my hair though." And he's like, And because I was a young, naive kid, um, with a lack of knowledge, he took advantage, and he gave me like a very shitty hair color. But anyway, all was fine, and I was like, I'm just good with black hair. But it slowly started showing, right? But I was very impatient. Anyway, I and cut to a few years later, which is now, I wanted to color my hair again, and I wanted to color them red because I am a red flag, right? And I just wanted to put it out. Just kidding. But so because I have this person that I know personally who used this brand, which later got very famous because of Shark Tank. And so I asked her, like, what's the process? And she told me. And I was like, sounds doable. So I ordered this hair color kit, bleach, hair color from the place. And I was like, okay. And I went there, and my flatmate and I, now I live alone, but my ex-flatmate and I, she very calmly, and I have thick hair, like my touch would be touched. I have hair that's heavy, and it's a lot of hair. So we were not sure how to bleach my hair because she had just done 3 strands of hair, and then the bleach would be ready, and so on and so forth. But cut to, we dyed my hair red. The red faded out and it came out very bad. Anyway, then I went to a professional. He did not do it right as well. But then I went to another professional, and he did my hair right. So I just colored them 4 times. I just think there was no point telling the story, right? Or maybe I just rushed through the end. But like now it's been I think I had colored my hair just before my birthday. I think in April. So it's June now, and I think they're still fine. I'll probably not do anything to them for a while now, and I'll go back to black. Or perhaps I'm actually thinking to keep red hair for a while, unless because I think I just had a existential crisis this birthday because I turned 26 and I was like, oh, what am I doing with my life? So red hair was a good way to remind you that you can still be a kid at heart and decisions. But yes. Pooja, hi. Flowers of it. It's about a person who's born with low IQ, but due to scientific advancement, he becomes like a lab rat and gets a sudden burst of intelligence. Now he starts understanding the world from a different view and tries to understand life. Oh wow. This is such an interesting book. I've picked it up. But that is the tryst with hair coloring, the most awful story ever. But I think they still look fine. Like it's been April, May, June. Almost 3 months. And we're still, I think, doing well. I just hate the brown that comes out, which has started not coming out in a lot of places, but it's coming out as highlights. Like now it's like some part of my hair is highlighted. And then you can see the hair growth here, right here. Quite recently, I started using Snapchat because my sibling uses Snapchat and I just felt too old. I think I also have started Oh, living life like an 8-year also. Anyway, the next book that I want to talk about is a woman's stories by Annie Ono. And I think I think I recommended it just in April or perhaps before that. I It's about this. So the author's mother died of Alzheimer's, and that's when she realized, Annie Ono, that she has to go back and she has to revisit the life of her mother, because there's not much that she knows about her. She only remembers the Alzheimer's, and then she only knows, she knew of as her mother, but who was her mother really? Um, and this is her journey of discovering so much about her mother, the lady she was before marriage, the kid she was. And it kind of spoke to me on a lot of levels, because as a woman myself, I hate how I have to define certain things, lest some people point it out as, lest it becomes politically correct. Uh, so I think it's just lovely how I've seen my mother take decisions in life which I know she wouldn't want to, but she does that for the sake of family. And individually, I don't think our fathers struggle their own way, but the way our mothers struggle is with identity, because they have to sort of hold a position where they can't really do those things they once used to freely. Um, and That really fascinates me, because I know who my father was when he was growing up. I know who my father was when he was in college. I don't know a lot of things about my mother, and such subjects really fascinate me. आदर्श ये एग्जिस्टेंशियल क्राइसिस बार बार क्यों आता रहता है हमें जब हम अपने 20s और 30s में होते हैं. It's just because I think I've realized, or maybe how I look at it is like your prefrontal cortex is developing. Mine is developed because I'm 25 plus, so whatever. But there are so many things that are happening that don't make sense to you. Nobody really taught you how to deal with your 20s and 30s. Also, this reminds me of something very interesting. My mother was, my mother is in her 50s now, and she's a wonderful, amazing woman. Uh, but she looks pretty young to me. Like, she doesn't look like she's in her 50s. And there came a point where I realized most of her friends, those ladies are 50 in their 50s. And none of them look like they're in their 50s. And that's when I realized in cinema, whenever we look at a woman, she's either very young or she's too old. Nobody really shows, like now we see women in the 40s and 50s. But somehow my brain automatically assumed the worst of women in their 40s. Like they'd be old. Like it's so reassuring. But then coming to 20s and 30s existential crisis, I think it's because we don't know a lot of things in life. And there are things that we want to, but because everything is changing rapidly. And in my case, I have always looked at things the way I was taught to look at them. Now that I'm trying to transform it because I've developed my own head, there are some judgments that cloud me, and I get paralyzed thinking if I'm doing the right thing, where in my heart that's the right thing, but just I haven't been taught to treat those things that way. So I think that's where my existential crisis stems from, where you want a certain thing, but you've been taught to look the other way. Next hair color suggestion, thank you, Dilji. Turquoise. It will complement your awesome gray. I wanted to go turquoise, to be very honest. I wanted to go green, blue, pink. But I think I'll settle for red because I tried a filter and I don't think it'll suit me. I'll have to really, really take care of what I wear and how I wear it. Like even now, I have almost started wearing a lot of pinks, a lot of whites, and like just so that they go well with my hair. I think about the smallest things. I don't overthink about things that matter. I overthink about things that are really, really small and very superficial, but that kind of brings happiness. So it's okay. Life has struck between existentialism and nihilism. trying to realize what a purpose to mean. Hmm, we possibly cannot. What can you not, Revant? Also, I think, but yes, oh, I've, yeah, I've just become very health conscious. So there's a lot of uh, stuff happening. So I'm trying to also let go of the hair color that I have, but I don't think I will. Uh, so these were the books that I wanted to talk about. And let me know if you guys are going to pick up any. And I have also taken down your recommendations. And before I go, there's quite some stuff that I clicked screenshots of. So I'd like to read it out for you. Oh, the urge to know more in our 20s, but knowing that we cannot. Yeah, I mean, I've just realized how you won't always have the answers for everything, even when you're 80. I plan on turning 97 at least, so I've got a long life ahead to figure out things. But um, I've realized a lot of people don't get my sense of humor because it's so low. Nobody can stoop so low. Anyway, uh, you don't really know what you're doing. Nobody in the world possibly knows what they're doing. If they do, I mean, they're living a life of certainty. I don't think that's thrilling. We think it's thrilling, but the beauty of life is the randomness, how you can't possibly be prepared for anything. You'll read books, you'll watch movies, you'll listen to music, you'll consume art, you'll consume content because you think, oh, this is something that'll help me prepare for life. But it honestly won't. Of course, the more you prepare for it, chances are you'll take a better decision and your results will probably be better. But life is uncertain, and that's the beauty of it. And I think growing old is just about making peace with the uncertainty of life. And I am somebody who likes to prepare and plan for everything. Like, there are things and events that are happening in April next year. And nothing is happening. I'm just citing an example. If there is something happening in Feb next year, I would start preparing for it. If I get to know of it, I would start preparing for it. I will get mood boards. I'll get books. I'll get movies. I'll start watching everything. I like to prepare for things. Life is something you can't always be prepared for. Like the actual life, it just happens as it happens. You can try making it work your way, but you're just lying to yourself. So I think the sense of uh, thing where realization where you know that you can't do anything about it and you just ease down, that's about making peace with life. So, oh yeah, that's such a nice quote. So much of life, it seems to me, is determined by the pure randomness. Sydney Poitier. Did you become more health conscious after watching? Oh no, I did not. But I've seen clips of it, but I don't know. If we know the climax of a movie, it robs us of enjoying the movie. True. Not really. I like knowing spoilers. Vaani, we missed you not just on the channel, but I'm like, hey, Akshay, thank you so much. This is so good. Hey, Prasanna just gave us a super chat. Thank you, Prasanna. Prasanna. I'm not sure. I'm sorry. But Vigne. Prasanna Vigne. Ayush is here. Hi, Ayush. Good morning. Uh, thoughts on Albert Camus? Hi, Prachi. I used to really like him at point. Like, I'm blushing because I really used to like him at one point. I still do. I appreciate Albert Camus, but there was this one particular point in my life where I thought this is the guy who gets me. But then I grew up and I kind of moved out and away from that phase. But it's just, there will come a point where you'll find Albert Camus really relatable and cherish that. but you will also need to move on from that. I mean, this is what I believe. Like, and when you, if you actually move out of that phase, know that it's for good. I mean, people who still like Albert Camus, I'm sorry, but he's a wonderful, wonderful philosopher, and you will genuinely read as much as you can while you have the time, because there will come a point where you'll start eye rolling at what he's. I mean, I don't eye roll per se, but I'm just like, okay, I'm past this situation. I know how that feels, but it's just not me anymore. I've suddenly become into this sparkling ray of sunshine. I'm also dressed in yellow and orange, but it's just, I am too optimistic for my own good. I think it's just a downside of uh, coming to terms with life. God, I'm embarrassing myself. Um, you know what? Sometimes I just really get amused, like I'm streaming after a really long time, and I just realize how awkward it is. I'm laughing at my own jokes. It's just like you're seeing me perform for myself. Not perform, but like you're seeing me have conversation with myself. These are just random thoughts that would uh, come out at any point during the day, and that's what I'm doing right now. I'm in that phase. Nice, Prachi. Tejas is here. Hi, Tejas. Hi, Nikhil. How are you guys? Um, that's that. Also, guys, just want to re-remind you. I want to re-remind you that we are going. I just read Diljit's comments. Vani, welcome to my journey from a dictator to a sunflower. Oh well, yeah. Like a so we used to have a hymn in school, like a sunflower that follows every movement of the sun. So I turn towards you to follow you, my Lord. God. But that'll be a nice anthem if all my followers can, me as a dictator, I would make everyone sing this for me. Oh God, I'm so bad. My jokes are so bad. At least you should be glad I have that realization. But what was I talking about? God. But yeah, I'm going to re-remind you that there is a meetup happening today in Mumbai. And if you'd like to be a part of it, um, Vaibhav is going to be there. Hindol is going to be there. Disha is going to be there. Oh God, nice, lovely creators, no? And just write to us on saurabh@chalchitratalks.com, and please mention that you're in Mumbai and you want to be a part of the meetup, and he'll share the details with you. We were sort of, Weber was telling me how so many people had signed up, they had to cut off the forms and is drinking coconut water. I just have become obsessed with coconut water. It's insane. God. Also, I have finally overcome my cravings for sugar. Uh, yeah. What I do is I drink fennel, like saunf. You heat it in the morning in water, of course. You boil water and then you add some, or you take water, you add saunf, and then you just boil it. And then once it cools down and turns lukewarm, you drink it. I mean, maybe it's placebo. I don't know. What do I know? Coconut water is the best drink to be obsessed with. Yes, thank you. Life's just random. Hi, Shahu. I have a friend called Sahu. That's her last name. Life's just random. Everything's random. My success, you have my success, you here now. There's nothing we can do to control anything. Absolutely. And that's how I'm taking life. One punch at a time. I'm sorry. My jokes are so bad. Just have spent too much time with myself. No matter how many wrong pieces you try to fit into a wrong place, what other pursuits can give you that kind of perfection? Faith, ambition, wealth, never knowing. That's nice. Wick 0DE. I think it's Y code, but I just Wick 0DE. But that's what life is. Also, if you aren't a godfather, consider becoming one. We have an annual plan as well. You can check it out on our website. The link is in the description. But there's a Godfather's Cafe, which I'm really excited about. And I've been meaning to catch up with everyone because I've been absent in a way. But I don't know why I feel guilty about it. I shouldn't feel guilty about it. But I'll see you guys in the cafe sometime. But before I go, I want to pick up a random quote. And there was this book that I pick up randomly. It's called The Diary of Anais Nin. Her Wikipedia describes her as a diarist, but she was also a writer, philosopher, etc., etc. But diarist is what comes up in her career choices. And this is just so interesting. You become a diarist. I could journal the life out of me if I got paid for that. And yeah, but it's just there's this quote that was here, and I suddenly have a screenshot of it as well. So I was reminded of it. It goes, I was always ashamed to take, so I gave. It was not a virtue, it was a disguise. Something to think about, guys. But um, I'm hoping to see you guys again soon. Saturday morning stream. And perhaps we'll try to uh, uh, perhaps I'll try to switch from 8 to 7:30 because I'm ready by 7:30. I had taken my shower, I had just done everything, and 7:30 I was like, oh, I just overthought it. Could have just showed up at 7:30. Well, but I'll see you guys again next week. And it was, what's the secret of my glow? We'll do a skincare video next time. I'll sit down and I'll show you my skincare routine. That's what I wanted to do this morning, but I just thought we should stick to the point. I'm going to be a nice teacher. Also, guys, please get back to reading. I've been recommended only 3 books and a lot of mangas by 4 people. Get back to reading. There's Lessons in Chemistry, that's book for the month. So, and these are my recommendations. I'll just wait. These are the books that I spoke about here, and just I think it'll become for a good thumbnail. So these are the books that I spoke about, and just get back to reading them. Oh wait, I should hold them like this. They were all ulta. So I hope you can see them now. And and also if you don't maintain I've become obsessed with keeping track of everything and maintaining diaries. But I think having a diary for notes, having a folder where you screenshot the best of stuff, it'll go a long way. Try doing that. And in case you guys do that, write to me. And I'll see you guys, if not next week, the week after. And do not forget to check out the videos of Kritika and the newsletters of Anushka. Pathik has been posting some amazing stuff. There's so much happening on Chalchitra Talks. It's amazing. So do remember to check it out. And am I missing something? Oh yeah, for all of you who write, check out the link in the description. Filming, especially if you love cinema and you like writing, do check it out. Get published. It'll be the best thing to have somebody from the community of Chalchitra Talks win that thing and write about cinema. So that's that. A fun science history recommendation, a short history of everything. Yes. But I haven't read it. I've read it in pieces. It's time I read it in I read it cover to cover. A short history of everything. The Queen of Kitaabi darkness in the lives of Kitaabi readers, but now the lights are back. The good sunny days. That's very sweet, guys. That's so sweet of you. And I'll see you guys again, hopefully soon. If not next week, the week after. And by then, I hope we have a lot more book recommendations. And thank you, 41 Khan Abu Talha. Talha, I hope that's the correct pronunciation. This was the thing with when we were in COVID lockdown. I just assumed 41 is your old number and everything. Thank you, Moon. But so I'll take your leave now. And we'll be doing the skincare routine as well. I've been recommending so much skincare to my friends recently because just I've been taking care of myself. I'm just trying to think if I'm forgetting anything. I'll see you guys until there'll be a stream happening, I think a weekly, 2 weeks from now, slightly 7:30 a.m. IST. But in case you guys, I think I will also be showing up in Godfather Cafe. So in case you're Godfathers, I'll see you guys there. And I'll see you guys super, super soon. And also, thank you so much for sharing uh, and showering love on the reel that's out. Apologies for my appearance. I think that's the name of the poem. It's on Instagram. If you haven't shared it already or commented there, you still can. And I'll see you guys again. It was such, I had such a good time. But I'll see you guys in the cafe. Have a good day and a weekend ahead. Uh, yeah, bye Ayush. And bye Vic0DE. And oh, Jainam is just here, but I'll see you guys again. And before you guys go, please wait. I forgot. Please comment something nice in the video once we go, like this particular video. Like once the stream finishes, comment over there on the video something nice. I can't think of anything right now, but what we can comment is sunscreen forever. Yeah, wear lots of sunscreen. It'll really help fix a lot of things for you. But yes, skincare next time. And a lot of you better have read a lot of books and also finished your book a month, which is Lessons in Chemistry. It was picked by Babel. So I'll see you guys and have an amazing, amazing weekend. And oh, I'll also be posting about the cement thing on my Insta, but in case you guys heard it right. But don't forget to comment in the video. It'll just make me feel really happy. And also it kind of will, it's just nice to come back to comments and everything. But I'll see you guys. And lessons in chemistry. I'll see you. Bye bye. Okay. It's been such a long time. I've forgotten how to end a stream. Sorry.